Hi, I'm Tabitha.
And I'm Lindsey.
And welcome to the Ebb and Flow Podcast.
So we finally have a name.
Finally have a name.
Very good.
We're going along with the ebbs and flows of life.
Yes. Talking about all the things.
Yeah.
Serious, non-serious, highs, lows.
It's like Kiki and Booba.
What is that? Oh.
Similar to ebbs and flow. Like, okay. How do I explain this? When you think, okay, spiky and blob. Which one is spiky to you and which one's a blob? Kiki or Booba?
Kiki is spiky.
Yeah. It's like ebbs.
Okay.
And Booba flow. Kiki
Work.
and Booba.
Why didn't we name our podcast that?
Guys, no one told us to name it that.
Oh, yeah, but this episode we kind of have a little bit more of a serious one.
It's a Kiki.
Yeah,
it's
it was. This episode was going to be something entirely different, and then
we were gonna have fun.
And then I was hospitalized for 4 days because my body was trying to kill me. So
yeah.
We're taking a different turn with this episode.
Yeah, Lindsey we were originally supposed to record on a Saturday, and about Saturday, like 1:30 in the morning, she texts me. She goes, we might have to reschedule it. Is that okay?
Bro,
and then she was like, I'm in the hospital. She sent me a screenshot of like being admitted to the ER. I was like, no, you have to be here actually tomorrow or today
So
in a few
funny.
hours. You have to be at my house and we have to record a podcast. You know what you signed up for.
Right. Yes. No, let me
course.
just discharge myself. Yeah, no, it was Friday night and I went into the ER not expecting to be admitted for 4 days, but
I didn't actually say any of those things.
No, she was very supportive, of course.
I was like, literally don't do anything that you don't want to do. You don't ever have to do anything that you don't want to do, actually.
Yes, but
you get a pass.
It's been a wild couple of weeks. My life has like entirely changed. And haven't yet spoken to my therapist about any of this, so I don't know what's going to come out today, but who knows?
It's like therapy 2.0.
Yes, no, literally. And I feel like I waited to tell you about like the hospitalization because I was waiting for on mic. But
oh my god, you're pimping yourself out. Like I did at Universal.
Oh my god, literally. We'll get to all that. Yeah, so we both deal with health issues. And one of mine is PCOS and Tabitha.
I have endometriosis.
So those obviously are both two very understudied women's chronic illnesses. That's
because
chronic as well, you know? Yeah.
Because obviously male pattern baldness is so much more
and
important.
erectile dysfunction.
Yes.
Did you know that was the fastest approved like drug ever?
Oh.
Yeah. Anyways.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but
I'm glad that that I'm 76% more likely to get a miscarriage, but you can still get it up. Don't worry.
Right.
Yay.
You know, the important things in life. The important things in life. Yeah, but we are two women who deal with really shitty health issues that affect our lives every day. And both had really shitty experiences getting diagnosed and figuring it all out. So we're going to talk about all that. If anybody out there is maybe experiencing any of the things that we went through, at least maybe we can give you some insight on our personal journeys. And everybody's different, but
we're saving this kind of episode for
a little later. And then I literally almost died.
We wanted to do like some fun get to know us
this
episodes.
Is freaking real deep.
You're really gonna get to know us.
You're
really gonna get to know us. It's very exciting. You get to know all of the personal details.
Yes.
That my doctor knows.
Yes. So we're gonna talk about it all. I'm gonna kind of go back to the beginning.
Yeah.
And then it'll kind of catch up with how I ended up in the hospital, which that, by the way, was for my diabetes. That was not for the PCOS, but we'll explain how all that happened. So we'll have to yap about everything up to that point. I'll just try to like really be, it's like there's so much to it, but I'm gonna try to be as quick as I can. So we'll discuss that, and then Tabitha's gonna talk about her experiences with endometriosis, and I have many questions actually because. Yeah. Even as women, I'm like, we don't learn about these things. Mm-hmm. And it's just...
Also, one quick thing before we continue. My shirt says "Die for Success." It doesn't just
For
say
our video
"die."
viewers.
For our
Yes.
video viewers, if
Her
you're
shirt
like,
does not
why
say
does
die.
why does her shirt
Yeah,
say "die"?
Right.
It says "Die for Success," and then I realized after I put it on that we're doing a video about health, a podcast episode about health, and half of my shirt is covered up by this blanket, and I just wanted you to know that I'm not telling you all to die. I'm not telling us to die in this health episode. It's like a fun little it's just a graphic tee.
It's a happy
It's a
accident.
graphic tee.
That's really funny, actually.
I thought it was cute.
That's
I
really
liked
funny.
it.
It is cute. It is cute.
Thanks.
That's very funny,
There's
though.
a piece of hair in my mouth. Hold on.
Oh, please. Yes.
Continue, Lindsay. I'm just gonna be digging around in my mouth. Real quick.
And stop me at any point if you're like, girl, shut up, or like speed up, or but I'm gonna wrap it up, Lindsay. Okay, but yeah, let's get into it. So I've always had just like weird health stuff. Like honestly, my whole life there have just been like several unexplained things. Like if I don't get enough sleep or wake up too early, I'm like throwing up all day, which like was weird. I like fainted a lot growing up.
I remember that in high school.
Yeah, there's just like I would miss first period or like 0 periods because I would wake up and it was like, nope, didn't get enough sleep. So basically, I've always had like weird stuff going on. So because of that, I feel like I've always kind of been scared to be viewed as like a hypochondriac. So I kind of tend to be like, oh, it's fine. This is fine. This probably happens to everybody. And I'm just like, have a low pain tolerance, have a low, like, you know what I mean? So I try to like, I don't know. So just to give you some backstory.
I'm the opposite. I saw the Fault in Our Stars. So I was like, maybe I have cancer.
That's so
I was
funny.
like, have we ever thought about testing me for cancer?
Like, suddenly, actually, I'm thinking I need to be tested.
I was like, there might be something wrong with me.
It's so funny. But
not that anything's wrong with people who have cancer. I'm just saying, medically.
Yeah, that's
medically, things are going awry.
Right. So where does this even like start? Yeah, I've had like issues with like my periods. I've been on birth control for a lot longer than I feel like most people would be at my age, just because I started taking it for my periods, I think when I was like 13 or 14.
I think it was 14 because I think we started birth
14.
control around the same time, and I'm a year older
14.
than Lindsay.
Yeah, that sounds right. And it was because I had really heavy periods. They were long, so painful, like just really, not good. So I've always had just like issues with periods, but little did I know my birth control was keeping my PCOS dormant basically throughout high school. So with PCOS, it's genetic, and it can just be triggered by either like stress or environmentally triggered. There's just like, it's a really, really weird condition. They're also lobbying to change the name because not everybody has the cysts, so people are calling it like metabolic syndrome.
What does it stand for?
Polycystic ovarian syndrome, but not everyone has cysts. So with PCOS, and this is why it's so hard to diagnose. In fact, 1 in 5 women have PCOS, and 70% go misdiagnosed or undiagnosed, often leading to type 2 diabetes, ovarian cancer, infertility. There's like, it's so messed up.
You know a lot more facts about yours than mine. I'm like,
well, but I've listened
I gotta
to so
look
many
up how many people
about, because I'm just like, this is so
endometriosis.
insane because it affects so many women, but it's so understudied. They're like, they don't talk about this like nearly as much as they need to, and that's why it's so hard to get diagnosed. I went to like 2 different doctors, 2 other different gynecologists. Nobody was able to diagnose me when I was searching for answers. So anyways, I keep getting ahead of myself. But back to...
oh, wow. 1 in 10 also for endometriosis.
Really? 1 in 10?
Yeah.
Wow,
sorry,
that's crazy.
not to
no, you're
interrupt,
so fine.
but I was like...
I'm like, where do I even... Oh, yeah. So basically, PCOS, one of the treatments is... because it's chronic, but one of the treatments, and again, it's different for everybody, is birth control because it can help leveling out the hormone imbalance, because that's what PCOS is.
That's the same thing for
metabolic. Yeah. So, but the thing with PCOS is there's like, who knows how many different random symptoms that you could have, and you could have like 2 of them, you could have like 35 of them, you could have 10 of them, but it's so it looks totally different on everybody. And also, when you're getting, when you go to a doctor and if they ever tell you, oh, we're going to test your testosterone for PCOS, then they don't know what they're talking about, number one, if they use that for results, because little do people know, testosterone, which for me, like with my PCOS, I have too high testosterone. So the thing about testosterone is it can't simultaneously present in a blood stream, in a blood test, while it's actively causing these symptoms. So if my extra testosterone is over here causing all my problems, right? It's working. It's doing its thing. You're seeing it in my symptoms. It is not going to show up in that blood test. So when you take a blood test for your levels, it's going to come back normal, maybe a little bit elevated, but it's not going to show that you have all this extra testosterone because that is what's causing your issue. So it's gone. It's doing its thing. So this is why it was like so hard for me to get diagnosed. The gynecologist was like, no, your testosterone is normal. And I was like, oh, so I don't have PCOS. Okay. The reason I was trying to look for it is I had a 70-pound weight gain in 1 year. No explanation for it. I was eating better than I had. I was working out more than I ever had. I was like just beside myself. Like, what is happening? I can't even explain how insane I felt. Like, it literally, I was like, how is this happening? Like, I can't even explain like the level of like mind fuck, excuse my French, so that put me through. Like seriously, and I had a history with eating disorders, so it was super hard to like not fall back into that. But I'm very thankful I didn't.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks, Queen. But yeah, so I was dealing with that. I was having just like mental health issues, like a bunch of different symptoms and things were happening. But the main one was this really weird, unexplained weight gain, and it was just very strange. So,
and when I say Lindsey was working out more than she ever had been, I mean like Lindsey was working out all
I had a
the
trainer.
time. Yeah,
my
she
personal trainer. Yeah, she literally
had a
was like-
personal trainer.
She was like, "Are you like going and eating fast food like or something?" They have a bunch, and I was like, "No, girl. Like, what do you mean?" Like, because it was like, what is happening? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, there was one time I gained 20 pounds in 2.5 weeks. I asked Ella, my roommate, to get on the scale because I was like, "No, it's broken," and it wasn't. I didn't even know that was possible.
You're really brave for owning a scale. I don't own
like,
a scale.
well, it was because I was so confused, and I was like, just what's going on? What's going on? So, anyways, I was dealing with that. That's why I started looking for answers. I thought at first it was like maybe medication-related weight gain. It wasn't. Fast forward, it took me like 2 years to like figure this all out. But eventually I got to an endocrinologist, Dr. Schneider, my king. He's an icon. He's been so helpful throughout everything, and I'll get to more of his help later. But he he literally looked at me and was like, "Yeah, you have PCOS," and like he was like, "Because of this, this, and this." Like this is the thing. If you know what you're talking about, you can look at somebody and say, "Yes, you have PCOS, and here's why." Because you see the symptoms. It's really hard to diagnose it. But if you know what you're talking about, if you've put in the time and educated yourself, like he clearly has, you can see it from just looking at somebody on the street. So the fact that 70% of women go undiagnosed or misdiagnosed just really pisses me off. But so anyways, my first appointment with him, he diagnosed me and he explained all that about that blood test. Because I was like, well, she told me I didn't have it. The gynecologist, because of the testosterone. And he was like, actually, here's the fun thing about that. So he put me on spironolactone, which was lowering my testosterone. I also started on a Mounjaro sample dose, which it wasn't even like it's literally lower than the lowest prescribed dose because it was just the sample box that he kept giving me because my insurance wouldn't approve it, even though I was literally,
awesome.
God, that's a whole other thing because with PCOS, it's like, they won't insure you for the things that you need. So he kept constantly putting in medical necessity for this Mounjaro to try to help me reverse this weight gain to avoid going, to type 2 diabetes, all these things that can happen because of PCOS weight gain. And yeah, so, or not because of the weight gain, but because of PCOS because another thing with PCOS is insulin resistance, which I was having. So like, and just, it would really affect, like after I work out, I don't get the endorphins. I just feel like crap. I'm like, feel like I'm gonna throw up. I'm like, I'll work out for like 40 minutes. I'm in a fetal position on the floor, feeling like I'm literally dying for like an hour. Like, so I just, very weird things. And all of this is because of all these PCOS things. So once I figured that out, it was great. In about a year, I think I was down like 50 pounds from that 2.5 sample dose of Mounjaro. I thought that was like the worst of it, right? And so also during all this, I had just transferred to UCSD when the weight gain like started. And I studied computer science, and if you know UCSD, that's like literally
smart person.
Thank you, but I also like made me want to just fall off a bridge. But it's really intense. Like this degree is really intense as is. So I was dealing with like my worst symptoms were like chronic fatigue, and brain fog. Which when I say it felt like I had like the worst hangover you could imagine for like 2 years straight. That's what like I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't do things. I didn't have any energy to work out. I just like never wanted to do anything. I was always laying down. Like I felt really slow, like mind wise, like tons of brain fog. And I was still having to do this degree. And it was like just so hard, so intense. And then the mental health issues that came with it. I was depressed. I was anxious. Like, just a really bad situation. So,
literally, in my head, you and Ramsey are married. Ramsey is Lindsay's boyfriend, and they've been together for like a decade.
My love, yeah.
And like, really, for real, in sickness and in health.
No, he literally said that when we were in the hospital. He was like, "We're just getting a head start on sickness and in health." I was like, "Oh, I know." He was so great.
Ew,
yeah.
Shut up. We get it. You're in love.
No, he's just the best. I'm very thankful for him. But yeah. So where was I?
Hangover.
Yeah, I just felt terrible. It was really it was really hard the getting this degree. So that's why, like, when I just graduated, and I literally was so emotional about it. But it also was hard because I was feeling like, dang, I didn't get to like be the version of myself that I wanted to be, because I could like barely go to class. I could barely be on campus. I was like, I just really, it was really hard. But
can I tell you that you did a really good job though?
Thanks, queen.
Like, Lindsay's able to facilitate like big groups of people coming together, and like knowing that she's so fatigued and still doing it is like really incredible to watch, because like I don't have half the fatigue that she has, and I'm like, it's like a lot of work. It's like a lot of work to like send out text invites, because like what if people don't like me?
Literally me. No, but that's why when I say like I was like, throughout all this, I was just like, okay, this must just be like normal burnout. This must just be like, even when I knew I had PCOS, because I got diagnosed in November of 2024, and I was struggling with the weight gain from like mid up through 2023. But I had been having other issues prior to. So it was like in total, it was like almost 2 years trying to figure out what was going on health-wise for the PCOS. Once I got diagnosed and I was on the Manjaro for that year, like things were pretty good. Like I still was dealing with the other symptoms for the like unfortunately that didn't really get relieved. Like I had a little more energy, I'd say maybe. But then the end of last year, so I think it was like November 2025, I had some blood work done. And for perspective,
this shit was crazy.
May of 2024, my fasting glucose, so my blood sugar levels, when I woke up, were like in the 60s. Okay, I had low blood sugar, right? This was May of 2024. Fast forward, November-ish 2025, my fasting glucose was like 190 something, which it should be like 100 maybe when you're fasting in the morning. So that's like high. Like your blood sugar really shouldn't surpass, if you're healthy and like don't have diabetes, right? Like it should stay below 180 the whole day. And they say like if you're past 250, that's like go to the hospital, like go get help. That's urgent, right? Just to give y'all a scale. So my fasting glucose, waking up not having eaten anything for like 12 hours, was at like 190 something. So that's already higher past where you're supposed to be, right? So obviously that wasn't good. My A1C was at I think 7.2 or something. Or no, like at that point it was like 6.7. So high but not. Like it was okay. It was just kind of like, okay, like let's, obviously things are happening. Let's keep an eye on this. That was strange.
For nothing having been done. Like for you not having done anything.
Yeah, this is like, and the only thing like that had changed really is I stopped the Manjaro in November as well, just because like I didn't get another box, and like then I didn't see him and I just ended up he also was like, oh, this is weird, let's stop you on that for a second and just kind of figure this all out, just in case it's like, you don't want to. So it was weird. And then so once my endocrinologist saw that, he was like, okay, that's like diabetes range, like because the fasting glucose being at 190 and where my A1C was at, that it was like a diabetes range. So they're like, okay, like, and in my head I'm like, oh, like what does that mean? And they were like, yeah, so you have like diabetes, like diabetes is coming up in my chart. And I was like, wait, what? Like, just very confused. I was like, which type does that mean? Like what, how did it happen? Like I don't eat a bunch of sweets. I consider myself a healthy person, and especially with PCOS, I've been very intentional about what I eat and like low carbs and high protein. And I just obviously found it strange.
And when we went to Camp Flogna,
that's when I thought I had low. Yeah.
Lindsay,
well, I did have lows for fainting. Yeah. That's why I fainted so much.
Lindsay like was really on it about like what snacks she needed, like when she needed to have them. Like she's really on it. She's a very healthy person. She like knows her shit, and
But,
like she knows how to take care of herself. So like the fact that it slipped through the cracks.
Yeah, and you know what? That thing. Thank you for reminding me, actually, because so we went to Flogna in October, and that was after.
November.
I mean November. Sorry, and that was right after I had stopped. But that was after I fainted at a Doechii concert in the beginning of November.
Yeah.
It was like November 5th, I think.
Yep.
And I also fainted at Sun God Festival, the music festival for UCSD last year. And of course, like I said, I fainted growing up, but recently it's like happened a couple more times, and I was like, that's weird. Turns out that was a low blood sugar. Like, if you don't know, when you have low blood sugar, that's like really like life threatening. Like high blood sugar is obviously life threatening too, because your body can go into DKA. But low blood sugar is where like you really you want to be very careful. So, and that's why. So I was fainting at like these. I didn't know. So I was having these issues, but I didn't really know. I just thought I was like hypoglycemic and needed to have a little extra sugar here and there, right? So I get these blood results after Flogna, and because I was like, wait, high blood sugar? Like, that's weird. I've never had that before. Like, never in my life. That's just very weird. So then we did more blood work in December. It was like end of December. And my A1C was up to like 7 point something. And that time my fasting glucose was even higher. It was like not by too much. I think it was like maybe went from like 192 or something to like 198 or something like that. But it was still like that's just it's too
way
high.
higher than it needs.
Way too high than it needed to be. But still not in the emergency range to start giving me insulin or anything like that. So I saw my primary care doctor like a month and a half ago, and based on those blood test results, she was like, "Okay, yeah, we don't need to get you on insulin yet because your A1C is only here, but oh wait, I missed like a whole part of this. Sorry. So after that second round of blood tests, I had this call. It was 3 days before my last quarter of UCSD started, and my doctor gave me the super fun news that I have a rare combination of type 1 and type 2 diabetes that they in the hospital were calling type 1.5, which I thought was funny. But dominant type 1. So like it's type 1 autoimmune diabetes, but sometimes your pancreas acts as type 2.
Odd.
Yeah, like awesome. Thank you so much. I was like, "Oh no, which one do I have?" Thanks, both. Yeah, great.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
yesterday I didn't have any, and now I have
right.
2.
So that was
I have both diabetes.
So she told me this, and then it was like, we'll figure out some treatment moving forward, but like let's just like it was all very new, and I was just like, what? Like so mind blown. Keep in mind, type 1 is genetic. So she told me, she's like, yeah, so your type 1 is genetic, and it's just triggered, mine developed in adulthood, which is also kind of rare. Usually you see it in your childhood, obviously, but mine, it's like developed in adulthood, and it's like triggered by either environmental triggers or like stress or something, but it's like you had it the whole time, but same like how PCOS, how it's like was dormant.
Yeah.
So
yes.
And then
I said that off my own. Yeah.
And then the type 2 side was caused by my PCOS. So that's why that's happening, is because the PCOS is causing this insulin resistant type 2 behavior. So it's kind of like a both situation. Anyways, okay. Saw my primary care. So I was waiting to get in to see my endocrinologist at this point. Like I couldn't get in for a couple months. But I did see my primary care, and she just prescribed me Mounjaro. She's like, okay, we'll get you back on the Mounjaro. That should help lower your blood sugar enough right now. Was it
covered by insurance this time?
Well, so she put it in, and it got denied. Even though I literally have diabetes, like that is the requirement. This is, hello.
Yeah.
God. But yeah, so she was trying to get me on that before like trying other things. So I was waiting for that to go through. It didn't. And I was just like, okay, this is, crazy, but still just waiting, no treatment. And I was getting like, this really affected me mentally, because the whole quarter I was just like freaking out of like what's happening to my body, because diabetes is a silent killer. Like you won't feel a lot of the times when it's at its worst, and that's why it's so dangerous. Which, well, yeah. So anyways, sorry, this is so much, but
no, go for it, girl. We need to know these things.
I'm like, okay, so that was, yeah. So I went through the whole quarter just being really intentional about like, again, foods. Like I got back into dance. I was, that was good. I had my good physical activity, like low intensity, not too, like it wouldn't make me feel so like terrible afterwards. And I thought I was like genuine. I was like, okay, good. Like I'm doing better. But I still was having really, really bad chronic fatigue, like worse than it's ever been the last few months. And I've, just like a lot of things have just been like off, like in the last couple months. I just felt really, really like weird. And I've, been like drinking like tons of water, peeing all the time, which of course is a high blood sugar symptom, and like just like slightly blurred vision here and there's like it felt like I need to like blink but it wouldn't clear. Like it's just like weird, these like little things, right? That I didn't know were like these really big indicators. So
I had no idea about.
yeah, that's for the high blood sugar. So then I've been also in these like diabetes classes through scripts. Like I've been, I've been like doing everything they say. The one thing I was like waiting to do was to prick my finger and test my blood sugar because I was a little scared. So like 3 weeks ago, I had just gotten my glucometer like a week before, and I kind of waited that week. I was scared. But then when I was at on the class and she was like, okay, y'all need to be pricking your fingers. And I was like, yeah, I should probably see where it's at because, so I was already thinking that. And then I got blood work done on a couple weeks. It was Friday morning, and I had a endocrinologist appointment the following Monday. So I was going to do blood work so that we could just see.
The Friday of you going to the ER?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that morning, that Friday, so that's this Friday morning, I got blood work done for my endocrinologist appointment. That was going to be the next week. And I get the results back. I'm at home, and my A1C is at 12.3, which, to put in perspective, like when I told that to the nurse at the hospital, he did a double take, and he was like, did I hear you right? Like, that's, like, you should not be standing. You should not be living numbers, right? So that basically means that my average blood sugar was in the 300s, like, all the time. Like, that's what that meant. And my fasting glucose,
that's crazy.
My fasting glucose that morning was 289.
That's bad.
Yeah. So again, remember, you're supposed to go see the doctor at 250, and I woke up not fasting. My lowest point was 289. And your blood
like
sugar, it's real bad. That's exactly. So I saw that, and I was like, oh my God. Like, I was like, holy shit. So I immediately just was like, I need to prick my finger, and I hadn't done this yet. So this was the first time I used my glucometer, and I pricked my finger, and at this point it was like I was at a low, like I had eaten a couple hours ago, so I was at a low dip, and it was 285, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. Like, again, I'm worried. So I'm calling my endocrinologist. I'm like, should I come in now? Like, should I go to the urgent care? And they're like, this is really high, but like, I think you can wait unless you start feeling like symptoms. Just like, see how you feel. If you start feeling off, like, go in.
Awesome. Just stay put.
Yeah, I know. And then I went through the whole day. I ate dinner, stuffed bell peppers, like, being healthy, clean. Like, keep in mind, it's not like I'm eating like fast food. And then I go to my dance class. And then I go to my dance class, and I come home, and I know that like with low intensity workouts, it's supposed to lower your blood sugar. So I was just out of curiosity. I was like, it's been a couple hours since I ate, and I just worked out, so it should be at a lower point. Like, that's what I'm thinking. So I was like, okay, let me just test, just to be curious. And thank God I did, because when I tested at around 9 p.m. this Friday evening, my blood sugar was at 429. Like, 429.
Sorry. Repeat.
Yeah. Again, I'm like, you should, like, I'm so thankful that I checked. I'm so thankful that I looked, because I would not have known. I felt barely different than I had. I had like a little extra fatigue, a little extra thirst, dry skin, like the little blur in my vision, and a little do I not know, but like my body at that point was in DKA, which is diabetic ketoacidosis, which means my body thought I was starving for the last couple months and has been feeding on like my pancreas, my muscles, my healthy fats, and which is why I have like no energy, no anything. I've been losing a little more weight the last couple months, but I thought that was just me being good. But it's also because my body literally thought I was starving and dying. Okay.
Oh,
so
awesome.
Yeah, that's what's been happening the last couple months, and I had no idea. I was just trying to push along and keep going, and like I got through my finals. Like, I finished my degree. Like, all this has been happening. I had no idea. So
we started a podcast?
Yeah. For this to flip that quickly, I was talking to my primary today. She's like, I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen anything. Like, for it to change that fast, with no explanation. Like, no explanation, just very weird. So, yeah, I called this on-call nurse, and I was like, I was like, my blood sugar is at 429. Should I go to the urgent care? And, I mean, like, I figured, but, like, wanted to hear if I could wait. Yeah. And she was like, asked me about symptoms, and I'm like, yeah, a little bit of this, a little bit of this. thinking she'll be like, oh, I don't know, it doesn't sound. And she's like, yeah, these are life-threatening symptoms. You need to go to the emergency room right now. And I was like, I'm sorry. Like, I just did a dance class. I feel okay.
Yeah.
But again, the silent killer, because it's
Yeah.
it's like that's just so insane to me. So
And then Lindsey texts me,
yeah, I might not make it to recording
we
tomorrow.
might have to move it. Is that okay?
Right, but still, I'm at this point.
You're in the emergency room.
I'm still thinking like, I'm gonna be home tonight, maybe tomorrow, maybe. But you know what I mean? I was not expecting what was to come next. So I try to speed this up now. So I got to the emergency room. I had just like a shit show of a time because I have the tiniest veins in the world. They had to use an ultrasound IV. Like literally took like an hour to get these IVs, and I had to have 2 IVs put in at the same time so that they could give me
at
insulin,
the same damn time.
Yeah, insulin and fluids like in 2 different IVs. And then I also was getting finger pricked like all the time, of course, and blood work constantly.
You had what was it like 40 finger pricks by the time you left?
Oh yeah. It was. I had like 5 pricks
she
on each finger, like at
blood
least.
drawn every 4 hours.
Yeah, in the beginning it was
and you got
really
like
rough.
Pricked like every
hour.
Every hour.
And then at one point it was every 15 minutes. Yeah, so
that's crazy.
It was.
Sorry,
I have never.
That
felt,
is crazy.
I have never felt like a human like pincushion more. Like
They were literally poking and prodding at you.
Literally every hour, multiple times an hour. Like
you can't rest like that. You can't sleep. You can't be.
Yeah. So that first night, the doctor comes in at the emergency room and he's like, "Yeah, so your body has gone into DKA," and he explained all this to me, and I was just like, he's like, "Yeah, your beta cells are malfunctioning. You know, your
this was Easter weekend, by the way.
Easter weekend. Yeah, he was like, your beta cells are malfunctioning. Your immune system is attacking itself. Basically, all this stuff is going on." I was like, sick. Well, also one of the blood results that I had that told them about the type 1 at the time was this autoimmune antibodies thing. The results were supposed to be between 0 and 5, and it was at 158. Perfect. But yeah, so I got in, and then they're like, yeah, so we're going to need to admit you. We're going to need to reverse this DKA and get you, like, to survival levels, because this is insane. I don't know how you're, like, walking.
Alive.
Yeah, like, that. It was real bad.
Like they say. Like my shirt says.
Literally. So they put me on the insulin drip. I've never taken insulin before this. So they put me on this drip and with these sugar fluids to like make sure you don't drop too low, right? Because that's like really dangerous. So anyways, they admit me up to a room in the PCU, which is like in between the ICU and the normal hospital. And I got the VIP room. Oh yeah, me neither at the time.
PCU.
I know. I got this really nice room. It was great. Ramsey, my boyfriend, stayed over with me, which was so sweet. And so he had a little couch to sleep on.
Married.
Yeah, literally. I know. But when I got up to this room, the night shift nurses were like teaching Ramsey about what to look for a low blood sugar occurrence, because that's the more urgently life-threatening situation, is like you can die. Like that's just like your blood sugar drops too low. Like you can just like you gotta be really careful. So yeah, they were telling him about like what to look for, like sweating out of it, all these things, and all of a sudden I start like feeling these things, and they're pricking my finger every hour at this point, blood work every 4. Separate from those 2 IVs that I had in my arm, by the way. They're like new needle, new thing every time I'm getting blood work. So
new vein.
Yeah, and everything. I had it on my hands.
I'm sorry,
my arms.
How many veins
and
do
I
you have?
Tiny veins, so it was terrible. It was literally the worst. But oh my gosh, I'm like, where is my brain? Okay, yeah. So they pricked my finger. It was at 90. It went from 420. Remember, I went into the ER as a 429. When I got there and they tested me up in the room, I think it was like 350. Then they got me down to 300 with fluids, and then they got me down to 240. So that's when they started the insulin drip. And then I was at 90 like an hour later. So that's like, if you don't go lower than 90, like it's okay. But like once you start going below 90, like that's when it's dangerous. So then they're like, oh, okay, like let's stop. They're trying to figure it out. And they test again. It's at 70. It's like,
oh my God. And
I'm literally all of a sudden I like look down and it's like somebody's poured like a bucket of water on me. Like I was drenched. Like all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, I'm okay. Like I don't feel good. I was like, my hands were like shaking so hard. I felt like I would like was so lightheaded. I was like laying down. I felt like I was going to faint. And they're like, yeah, look for this. This is what it looks like. Oh. So they're literally just injecting me with like straight sugar. Just
oh my God.
Yeah, like just glucose, just like trying to get me back up. Once they did, they got under control. They're like, okay, we got to figure out your insulin. So it was just a bunch of like figuring everything out. Eventually they got it kind of more under control. And then they took me off the drip the next day. They started just injecting me with insulin like 4 or 5 times a day. So I'm getting shots, like 4 or 5 shots a day, plus a shot to prevent blood clotting every morning, plus finger prick every hour, but when it was low, they started pricking every 15 minutes. So that was for about 2 hours in the middle of the night. It was every 15 minutes. This was 3 to 5 a.m. This was 3 to 5 a.m. when I was having this low thing.
Middle of the night.
It was literally 3 a.m. Yeah, and then they're doing blood work on me every 4 hours. So if I thought, like, I'm waking up like 3-4 times to get, like, stabbed.
Yeah.
And then every hour for blood pricking. So it was like, I was not sleeping for more than, like, half hour at a time. Like,
yeah, and, like,
terrible.
You can't, I don't know.
Yeah.
Rest is really, obviously, just you taking a nap or, like, going to bed isn't going to cure yourself, but it's
super,
yeah.
But
sleep is important to, like, make you feel like a person.
Yeah, exactly.
Alive.
I'm like, okay, let's fast forward. So 4 days at the hospital, 3 nights. They eventually weren't having to do the blood tests every 4 hours, and they weren't having to do the finger pricks every hour, like, the last day. So I got a little bit of relief on that last day, but, like, it was awful. Like, it was so miserable. I was like, get me out of here. I just want to go home, like, so bad. And I ended up not being able to go home.
We were crying on Easter for you.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I spent Easter in the hospital. But
my mom was like, poor Lindsey.
Oh, it was so cute. Ramsey's parents and his aunt and uncle came, like, on, it was literally her birthday and Easter Sunday, and they came and, like, saw it. It was so cute.
Sweet.
I know. But okay, speed up. Yeah, so I went straight from getting discharged. And while I was in the hospital, I got a continuous glucose monitor, so now I don't have to prick my finger all the time. Thank goodness. So it's, like, on my phone. I can see my blood sugar. And so they taught me how to do my insulin. I'm giving myself, like, 4 or 5 shots a day. And I was discharged straight from the hospital. I go to my endocrinologist appointment. Made it out in time. He is like, what the hell happened? Like, this is so... Why didn't your primary care start you on metformin when you saw her a month ago? Why didn't they start you on anything? Like, why did nobody... Like, and it's because the numbers weren't... Like, numbers don't ever jump that fast. And somehow they did. So nobody could have predicted that. But anyways, so he was like, just, this is insane. I want to do more tests. So he ordered this other blood test, and I did that Wednesday. And then I saw him again. So I got out on Monday. This was, like, that Wednesday.
Oh, mind you, Tuesday.
Yeah, we went to LA.
Tuesday we went to... Lindsey was like, oh, I got us... After we filmed our first podcast episode, she was like, oh my gosh, I got us sitcom taping tickets for NBC.
Yeah.
And it was for that Tuesday, the next day after she got out of the hospital.
Yes.
And she was like, I think we're ready to go tomorrow. I was like, Lindsey.
I know. I was like,
Lindsey, we don't have to.
No, it actually ended up being okay. They let me bring all my stuff
yeah.
in. There was one guy that almost tried to prevent me, and I said, wait a minute, actually, you can't do that. So bye, I'm actually going to go.
Yeah.
But,
I was like, I can be a Karen.
I know. She's like, I'll make a scene. I wasn't
going to make a scene. I was just going to be like, you actually, like, medically
you cannot deny her insulin, sir.
You actually can't deny her insulin because, like, she has diabetes.
Right. Yeah. So I have been at this point still sitting in, like, the 200s. Like, it was, like, not great, you know, and, like, kind of going up. I got out, and then that weekend, which was last weekend, I went to one of my good friends' bachelorette weekends, just like a 45-minute drive away, and we stayed this Airbnb. It was very chill, very fun.
I went to a wedding. We were doing wedding activities.
Love. Yeah, but I brought all my stuff.
Went to a wedding too.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I brought all my stuff. I was, like, so good. I brought my special food, all that. I was being really careful. Like, you know, when we went and we're drinking, I was, like, I'm not a big drinker as is, but even less so now. And, like, what I'm drinking, very specific, because there are certain things that are better and worse. And, like, I made sure I'm eating and drinking lots of water, you know, all this stuff. I'm being good. Was I having a couple little snacks here, like, the first couple of nights? I was like, yeah, but still, like, not much. But my blood sugar was, like, really high these first couple days. And then, but not during the day. It was weird. I would, like, fall asleep, and it was at, like, 190, 180, which is, like, okay for me at that point. And then I would, wake up, and it was at 400. Like, in my sleep, I was looking, and it was, like, from 3 to 5 a.m. every morning while I was there, it would go from, like, 200 to 400.
It's because your body's used to them pricking you, like,
which is crazy to me. But I'm like, I'm not eating in that time. Like, it should not spike in that time. And I tested it with, I didn't have any, like, I started, ended eating early and was like, okay, I'm going to see what happens. And still, it was crazy. So the last night that I was there, I actually just gave myself a little bit more fast-acting insulin before bed, and that kind of did the trick. And I was able to, like, it didn't spike that night, and it stayed. And then I also had a call with my endocrinologist at that weekend because I was like, something's wrong, and he upped my insulin, and I started taking more, and then things started to stabilize on that last day. So then I came home, and the couple days after that, levels have been really good. And since then, they've stayed good. The highest I've got to was 250 in the last, like, 4 days. And that's like, really good for me. Right now, I was at like 120, which is like the goal to be
Yeah.
at. So that's really good.
Before we started recording, we checked.
Yes. Things
and it
are
was
stable.
at 120. It was
Things
perfect.
are stable. I'm having to inject myself so often, and it kind of, that's what I'm like, life has changed so much. Because I'm just like, it's so like, I don't know, it's just like.
Are you afraid of needles?
Not anymore. But the good thing is insulin shots don't really hurt. Like the needle is very small, so it doesn't really hurt.
Girl, you're braver than me. Any
But-
needle comes near me, I go, ah!
No real.
Not
But
for me.
I simply don't have that option. But
Yeah.
and I was talking to my doctor today, and she was like, "Yeah, people with diabetes have to make hundreds more choices than like the average person, and it's like causes so much cognitive fatigue." And I was like, "That's so real," because it's just like I feel exhausted of like how much has changed, how much I have to think about, how much I have to do now. I'm always checking my levels. I'm always, before I eat, I'm counting the carbs and making sure I don't, like it's just like constant. It's very consuming.
Yeah.
And
You're doing a lot of mental math.
yeah, and so my endocrinologist is getting me an insulin pump to like make life more normal again, which is great. It's he's trying to get me on the twist insulin pump because it holds the most, and I need a crap ton of insulin. And this way it'll be automated, like just, and so it'll make my life feel a lot more normal. So I'm very excited, but of course the insurance giving me problems. So I'm still dealing with that. I was on the phone with them all today. Yeah, I literally hate you.
Who do you have?
Are you trying to kill me? Like,
Who do you have? Diss them.
United, but it's like this new plan. It's just pissing me off. But the last one was bad too. The last one,
I'm pretty
everybody's
sure
bad.
I have United. I don't actually know what I have.
Too.
I'm on my dad's.
Real. And then so last like piece of all this. This was like the most recent news was on Monday of this week. I saw my endocrinologist a week after getting discharged, and we had those blood test results from the ones that he ordered, and these were like antibodies to be testing to confirm that it's like type 1 dominant, because he was like, well, if it's type 2 dominant, it'd be easier, He also wanted to see if I was still producing any insulin, because then maybe we can get me off of it in the future, which I actually am still producing a little insulin, so that's good, because there's hope at like maybe more normalcy in the future, so that's good. But he walked into the room and he was like, yeah, so this is like the most serious and aggressive form / case of autoimmune type 1 diabetes that I've seen in my 22 years of practice. I said,
Lindsey, no.
Oh, what?
Lindsey,
And I literally was like, what? Really? Because I'm like, I don't, you know what I mean? I'm like, what? Like, seriously? He's like, yeah, I've never seen levels this, like this. Like, I'm so, overnight, your body, your immune system just literally started trying to kill your body. Like, levels went from like, to literally like death, like overnight. And like, there's no explanation. He's like, I'm so puzzled by this. Like, it was your body, like, just, and your immune system is just trying to attack itself in like one of the most aggressive ways I've ever seen. So,
oh my God.
Which is crazy. Like, my levels for like this one, the ZNT8, like autoimmune test that they did, it's like, it's positive if it's like above 15, and mine was like greater than 500. Like, he was like, yeah, I've never seen my GAD, like my GAD was like 113. That's supposed to be like between like 0 and like, I don't know, 5, 10, something like, yeah.
Oh my God.
So I had these crazy levels. He's like, and that's was really scary, honestly. I'm just like, wow, okay, so this is very serious, and like, it's kind of like, I haven't really processed that.
You thought it wasn't serious?
Well, this is the thing. It's like, since it's like, I'm just keep telling myself like, oh yeah,
it's diabetes.
Yeah. Anyways, so now I'm a type 1 dominant. I'm like type 1.5 technically, but like type 1 is the one that's more I struggle with. So now I'm a type 1 girly. I'm gonna have my little insulin pump.
What type does Nick Jonas have?
I think probably type 1.
Oh my gosh, you and Nick Jonas, twins.
Yeah, it's lame. But yeah, anyways, so now I'm just dealing with trying to like adjust to life again and like process all this, because I haven't really, and it's just like really insane, and dealing with this for the rest of my life is something. So yeah, that literally took so long, but now
a lot of
take
info.
at least like 30 minutes and do your thing. I'm like, don't worry about timing.
I am gonna need you to ask me more things, because I've had endometriosis. I got it excuse me. Got it in high school. I believe it was like right when I turned 15.
Mm-hmm.
The sophomore year. Because like the thing is, and I'm 23, so I've had it like 8 years. I'm gonna be going on 9. I had no idea what it used to be. Like, I didn't know what it was at first. And I'd keep going to the doctor and being like, I keep passing out! I keep passing out, and I'm in a lot of pain. And, like, I would have to, like, lay on my floor every morning for, like, an hour. I used to get up, like, I get up 3 hours before I have to leave anyways now. But I used to get up so much earlier than I would have to leave for school because I needed to set aside an hour for me to lay face down on my floor because I couldn't move. And it actually, for a while, it was really dangerous for me to drive. I know we're skipping ahead because I said I was 15 when I got it. But it was, like, really dangerous for me to drive when I first was getting my license because, like, when I have, like, endometriosis, like, pain, the entire, like, from my chest down, like, freezes. I can't move my legs. So, like, when I would be driving, because I would take the 78 to school, I would be on the freeway, and if you know the 78 freeway, it ends in Escondido. And so I'd be approaching the light and being like, I really need to hit the brakes right now.
Oh my gosh.
I really need to hit the brakes on the car right now. I cannot move. I cannot move my body. So there's some scary times. But
That's so
I never got
scary.
in a car accident. I never ran a red light. But
Good.
like, there were a lot of times when I would be like, holy shit, I can't move.
That's so scary.
Uh-oh, I can't move. And like, I had to try out a bunch of different birth controls. But the one I'm on now, I get like the least amount of pains, but I do still get them.
Mm.
And the last time I had really, really, really bad pain was about a year ago. I was in Vegas. I was seeing the Kendrick and SZA tour. And like, I was with my friends and we were like, I was in so much pain after the show. And we had to like walk to a gas station to get picked up. And the thing is, there's two identical ones across the street from each other. And we got there and I was like, okay, I'm sitting. Like, I'm good. Like, I'll be here until the person picks us up. And they were at the other one across the street. And so I had to get up. And it's like, the thing is, when I have really bad endometriosis pains, like, I also get really bloated. And so I was like, I actually, like, can't walk, guys. I'm, like, really pissed off right now because I have to walk across the street and I can't move. It was really painful. I don't get them. I typically am able to keep it pretty under control. Because birth control, it, like, helps regulate the estrogen and testosterone.
What causes endometriosis? Like, what's happening in the body?
Such a good question. Let me not do medical misinformation. From my understanding of how it's been explained to me is, you know what? Let me just double check, actually. Okay. The exact cause of endometriosis is unknown, but it's generally believed to stem from a combination of genetic, immune, and hormonal factors.
Okay, very similar to PCOS.
Yeah.
In that way.
What I've been told is like, because endometriosis causes ovarian cancer.
Right.
And from what I've understood is that, like, my body doesn't really get the signals of, like, stop producing cells. Like, my uterine lining reproduces at a higher rate than it needs to.
Oh, okay.
And, when you don't get the signal, if it does too much, then that creates a tumor.
Oh, that's scary.
I've had many... What's that thing?
Ultrasound?
Yes!
Oh my gosh. I hate the ovarian ultrasounds.
I used to have to leave chemistry class. I used to have to drink, like, 60 ounces of water in chem, and then leave to the doctor so that they could give me an ultrasound at 16.
Worst. That's the worst.
At 16, I'd be like, hey, I really have to pee in class, but, like, they won't let me because I have to go get an ultrasound after this. But that's kind of what it is. It's also part of the reason I'm vegan, but it helps to be vegan. Like, dairy doesn't help if you have endometriosis. So, like, that, I'm kind of all over the place. I'm just remembering things here and there over the last 9 years of having this. But, yeah, it's a little bit of a sprinkle.
How does it affect, like, your everyday life?
Well, I have to take my birth control every single day. Oh, also, birth control, pills, periods. Sometimes my period can last 3 weeks. FYI.
God.
That's happened to me before. Because this might be TMI. We might need to cut this part, but I started my period when I was at the wedding. I was in Texas for a wedding. I started my period. And I text my friend Jazz, because I'm going to Coachella tomorrow. I'm driving out tomorrow. I'm picking up my friends in 3 hours. And I text my friend and I was like, good news. Bad news is I started my period. Good news is I might be done with it by the time we're at Coachella. And she was like, what do you mean might? That's so scary. I was like, girl, it's lasted 3 weeks before. It might last 3 days. It might last 3 weeks. The pill doesn't do that much to dictate when I get it and when it stops.
Are PCOS and endometriosis connected? Because this sounds a lot like PCOS.
And I feel like they must be cousins.
Because the dairy thing is also
really
PCOS. Yeah, you're technically
and 1 in 10
doesn't help. Well, 1 in 5, I think. For PCOS.
Oh, this is 1 in 10.
But the
I thought I heard
irregular periods.
It was 1 in 7, but then when I looked it up just now, it said 1 in 10.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's
who knows, because the statistics aren't accurate because people don't study women's health.
Because also, when I was getting diagnosed, they kept being like, "Oh, I don't know," because I was 14 going on 15 when I was getting diagnosed.
How long did it take to get diagnosed?
Months. And the reason I got diagnosed is because my mom kept looking up different things, researching, and finally she brought it to the doctor, and she was like, I think she has endometriosis. And they were like, oh yeah, it's kind of weird because she's so young to have it, but yeah, that's probably what it is. And then they tested me, and then I had endometriosis.
How do they test it?
They have to do blood work, and they have to do a bunch of poking and prodding you.
Yeah.
I had to get CAT scans. I had to get an MRI.
Yeah.
This is all in my sophomore year of high school. And, it doesn't make you too happy. I wouldn't say I was really depressed, but I also had eating disorders. So it wasn't like my brain was totally screwed on, right? And you know what? I won't drop names. But our theater director in high school, she called me, in front of everyone at rehearsal, she was like, Tabitha, are you feeling okay? You've been really kind of depressed in front of everyone. And I was like, oh, they just
God.
Maybe might think that I have something that could cause me cancer, and also I only eat 390 calories a day.
Oh my gosh. That's so scary.
All these things that are happening to me. And also at Tech for that musical. That's why I didn't do any theater after high school. In the rest of high school. It's because I was like, I don't know. Was that all
shook up, or was that...
That was drowsy. I passed out during Tech.
I remember you telling me about that.
And I passed out... I was almost passed out, or I did pass out at the end of one of the shows, and I had to go to the ER right after a show.
Oh my God, dude.
And then that's when I had to go get a CAT scan. Just so much fun being a woman. And it isn't genetic, but it also is. Because my mom has endometriosis.
Oh, she does?
Yes, she found out when I found out.
Oh my God.
Which is so fun. Because you could be diagnosed at 15, or I'm not going to say my mom's age. Or you could be diagnosed as a grown adult woman.
Yeah. This is the thing, is they don't know how to diagnose women because they're not testing anything on every piece of medical research that you see is based on men. The signs that they tell you to look for a heart attack, of shooting pains in your left arm, and those are men's heart attack symptoms. Women have different tells. I don't know if anybody knows this. There are different tells that women have that tell you if you're having a heart attack, and we don't learn about them.
And the crash dummies for cars are all men. And
literally every single piece of research, and they don't study PCOS in medical school. I was listening to a podcast of somebody who ended up studying it because she couldn't. Yeah. She went to medical school and said that there was one slide, one of the days had PCOS on it, and that was it. And I'm like, but
that's insane.
But 1 in 5 women have this. What do you mean? And it took me 2 years to be diagnosed, which is a small amount. Most women, 10, 15, 20 years, because nobody knows. And it's crazy. It's actually crazy.
The only reason why I was diagnosed is because I brought it to them.
Literally.
We said, we think she has this based on the last 9 months of these symptoms happening. Of my daughter being face down on the floor every single morning, can't get up, can't eat, can't get dressed, can't drive herself to school, can't move the bottom half of her body.
Crazy.
We think it's this, and then they went, oh yeah, we should probably test that.
Did they like tell you, like for me, like
that's when I started getting ultrasounds.
For me, when I was first telling them symptoms, trying to figure out what's going on, they're like, well, have you tried like working out and eating better? And like, were you getting that kind of thing too? Because as women, I feel like that's what we are told when we go to a doctor. It's like, well, you should try working out more and eating better. And it's like, hey, you should try learning about women and like educating yourself on women's health. Yeah.
Why haven't you tried learning about women?
I had a female nurse at one of my appointments recently who told me, have the nerve to tell me that PCOS and type 2 diabetes have nothing to do with each other. It's like, no, those two don't. That doesn't cause it. Keep in mind, the doctor came in 10 minutes later and was like, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Yeah, that's PCOS literally causes type 2. Like, that's one of the main things it causes. Like, what do you mean? And I'm like, that's a woman, a nurse, a female nurse who doesn't know anything about PCOS.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's
she should know. She is a woman. It could affect her.
And when I was in the hospital, oh my gosh, I forgot about this. I had this nurse. Her name was Sam. She was so sweet. One of the day nurses. Yes. Oh my God, I literally loved her so much. She was so nice. And she was like, you have PCOS? Like, what was that like? Like how did you know? Like, you know, what was that whole, like told her my whole story and she was like, okay, because I'm dealing with this right now.
Wow.
And like, I'm dealing with this and this and this. So she told me that she was like dealing with all these different symptoms. It sounded just like what I was going through. Like similar stuff with the weight gain. Was like, I don't know what to do. I can't even lose a pound. Like no matter. And I was like, girl, that was me. Like I told her, and I was like, you need to go see an endocrinologist. That is the only type of doctor that will actually be able to like help you and diagnose you and treat you. And she was like, okay. I gave her my endocrinologist name.
Period.
She was like, thank you so much. And then when she left, like to be, off for the night, she came and was like, thank you for everything. And I was like, thank me? I was like, girl, you've been taking care of my ass all day. Like, what do you thank you? But I just thought it was so, I was like,
that's so
like, I'm glad. Like, I hope that that's like helped her, like, or encouraged her to go and like advocate for herself. Because like, that's the main thing. We as women need to advocate.
You have to advocate for yourself.
Nobody else will.
Had I not advocated for myself or my mother advocating for me, I don't know when I would have found out that I had endometriosis.
Yeah.
Like, the passing out wasn't enough for anybody.
Yeah.
The hours upon hours I was losing of my life not being able to move was not, And
women are like, we're strong. Like, we face a lot of pain on the daily.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like...
I've torn my Achilles and hopped around.
I was walking around on a broken ankle.
Yeah. Like, when I was 11, I tore my Achilles at cheer, and I, like, was so freaked out about getting in trouble that I didn't tell anyone for 3 hours, and I just like hopped around.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah. No, I tore my Achilles. I could not walk for 2 years. I lost all the muscle in my right leg.
Oh my gosh.
And I didn't tell anybody. So like, I know that I don't have a weak pain tolerance. Like, I know that when I can't move, it's because like I actually cannot move.
Yeah.
There's no amount of power in my body for me to be able to put one foot in front of the other.
Yeah.
But no, they didn't tell me to. I don't feel like they did, at least. Tell me
That's
to eat
crazy.
healthier or work out more.
Well, yeah. But, like, even when I was 11 and I had my appendix ruptured, they literally told me to go home. Like, they said I was fine. They did a scan and were like, no, it looks like your lymph nodes are just inflamed. You can go home for the night. And my 11-year-old self said, no, I'm not going home. This hurt. Like, this is not right. I don't feel normal. This hurts and I need to stay in the hospital. And they said, okay, I guess we can transfer you to Radies and do another scan. So they did. They did another check. They said, you know what? That actually looks kind of abnormal. We're just going to do the surgery because you don't need your appendix. We'll just see what happens. They came in after doing that surgery the next day. A couple days later, they're like, yeah, so turns out your appendix had ruptured and you probably would have died had you not had that surgery. They were about to send me home.
Good thing you advocated. 11 years old, advocated for herself.
This is what I'm saying.
Women need to take up more space.
You have to do it because
you need to take up more space.
Like,
because
seriously.
No one is looking out for you.
Seriously,
no one is looking out for
you. Us. Like, men hate us.
Like, only men. Maybe your mother and father are looking out for you.
But it's like, what is happening? Like, why does everybody hate women? The
Yeah.
world hates women. Society hates women.
And that's why we're more interesting.
You're mad because you aren't us. Like, I'm so sorry.
Oh
You're
my God,
literally mad
you're
that
not
you can't.
hot and sexy.
Have you seen that it's like men, it's like there's this internal anger because they know that they can't produce a child, and it's like not being able to do something that we
Bitch,
can
neither
do.
can I! Neither can I have endometriosis! I am 76% more likely to have a miscarriage.
I haven't even...
The fact that I was born is low-key a miracle because, like, realistically, my mom shouldn't have been able to give birth.
Tell me about it. I was frozen. I'm an IVF baby. I should have not... Yeah, it's...
Like, I'm terrified of being pregnant, by the way.
I'm
like,
scared.
This is, like, but I'm most likely not going to be able to ever carry a child to term. Not that I want to be pregnant, but I'm just saying, like, if I wanted to,
right?
If that was something I really desired, that would be so heartbreaking.
Yeah,
and I don't feel like any less of a woman because I wouldn't be able to. I know that that's something that some women who have fertility issues
and if you want children, there's so many other like routes and ways to have children and adopt or foster. Yeah. You know, there's so many different
foster, surrogate, IVF.
Yeah,
there's literally so many ways.
Ramsey and I have been talking. Well, I've been talking about this with my parents too. Just like I'm gonna need to do some tests soon to kind of see where things are at because I'm like, oh, number one, the type 1, the autoimmune situation. Like I don't know how that affects any of this, but also PCOS. The last time we checked, knock on wood, I didn't have any cysts. That's not one of my symptoms.
That's good.
I'm really hoping
I have a cyst in my wrist though.
I'm really hoping that knock on wood that like doesn't change.
Sounds like a Dr. Seuss book.
I really want to keep no cysts. But yeah, so I'm really praying that I'm like everything will be fine. But I'm like want to look and see what my eggs are looking like because I'm like if I had to like freeze my eggs or like I don't know. But I just like with PCOS is like one of the leading causes of infertility. So not that it's like if you have PCOS, you are going to be infertile. But if you are infertile, a lot of it is caused some like you know what I mean. So it's like it only goes one way, that arrow. But it's like I feel like uneasy, and I want to know now so that if they're like, hey, your eggs are like you have like 2 years, then I could like freeze them. You know what I mean?
Imagine if we lived in a red state. Not to get political, but like
they would be dead.
I would send me to jail. They would send me to jail. Because I can't have a baby.
This is what oh gosh.
Because you didn't put in the funding and the effort and the teaching to figure out endometriosis or PCOS to figure out how we could have a baby. It's not my fault.
And hopefully, maybe with medicine in the next like few years, you know.
You people did this to me.
Literally. Yeah. No, it's honestly
what do you mean
like, ridiculous.
24% likely to carry a baby to term. That's terrible odds.
Hopefully that changes.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I don't.
Right,
I'm terrified of pregnancy.
No, dude, I want kids, and even I'm literally like, please, if I want to get rich, so I can use a surrogate. I'm so scared. I'm so terrified.
I would treat my surrogate so good.
Oh my God, I'd be like, baby girl, let me treat you to dinner. Let me buy you jewelry. I'm like, I will literally sugar mom. I'm like, yes, like I will treat you like you're my wife. Just kidding. No, but seriously, I'm like, I would love to have that option. And like at the same time, like, do I want to experience like carrying a child? I'm like, hypothetically, that sounds magical, but like in reality, I don't want to do that. I'm scared.
I'm so scared.
But I've heard
rupturing.
Yeah, and like the tearing. Oh, I'm so scared. And I'm scared of the epidural. That thing's huge. And it going wrong, or like I've heard so many horror stories. I'm just terrified. Or like super long labor.
I was 2 feet tall when I was born. 10 pounds 3 ounces. I feel terrible for my mom.
That's really funny. Oh my gosh.
My poor mom.
Dude, my mom.
Sorry, Oreo.
Like, she was like literally almost died having me. Like, because I was really early and they were doing the C-section and she had like 105 or 107 fever or something.
Oh my God.
And was like, it was so bad that like she doesn't even remember like the time, like the actual moment that I like was born because she was so out of it. Like literally like
what's your time of birth?
Oh, I don't remember. It's like 4-something a.m. I think.
7:07 p.m.
Or wait, no, I think it's p.m. I'm wrong. I think it's like 4 p.m. I don't know exactly, but yeah.
7:07 p.m.
Dude, I just think it's like I don't know. I just think it's so crazy. Like every single piece of medical research, like everything we're fed, everything we see, all the signs to look for all these different it's all based on men. And it's like
men don't have uteruses.
And you know how many women die, like, in labor, especially women of color? Let's talk
Yeah.
about that.
Oh my God.
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about Serena Williams. You know what? They didn't believe that she was in pain when she was giving birth. Serena Williams. If Serena Williams is telling you that she's in pain,
girl, believe her.
Oh my God.
Believe any woman.
She's like the best
women,
athlete to ever
always.
live. Oh my God. Like, and you're not gonna believe her? You freaks?
Yeah. No, actually.
I
just think it's yeah. I was watching The Pit.
They filmed that near my friend's house.
Really?
Yeah.
But
my friend lives in Pittsburgh.
The recent episode, they talked about how, like, the EMTs, they missed something in this woman because she had a larger chest, and they were like, didn't want to, like, they were like, oh, we don't want to put the sticker too high, like, they were just being weird because she had boobs, and so they didn't put a sticker where they should have, and they missed something, and she ended up like almost dying. And the lead, Dr. Robbie, like, his character is like, so because she's a woman with a large chest, you did like. You did this and you didn't check for this, and now and they were like, and he was like, no, because this happens to women all the time, and you know that women are more likely to die of a heart attack because of this. Period. And I was like, period. And I just thought that was really great. I was like, more of that. But it's like, it's so true. Like, there are so many ways that we're neglected in the medical field, and it's like, it's so ridiculous. Like, it infuriates me beyond measure.
Yeah, because why was my mom not told that she has endometriosis? My mom had to have a hysterectomy. Because they thought she might have a tumor on her ovaries, on her uterus, because of endometriosis. So she had to have a hysterectomy. Not putting my mom's business out there, but she had to have a hysterectomy in 2024. And she found out that she has endometriosis, like, in, what, 2017, 2018? Like, that's not... She's a grown adult woman. She had a baby.
Like, do better, people.
And you find out when her baby has endometriosis, like, and then she pisses me off. I'm so angry.
I know, I'm, like, heated. I'm like, my heart is pounding. Yeah. But it's like, it's so, it, like, needs to be talked about, and women need to be checking it, like, listen to your body. Listen to yourself. Only you know what you are feeling. Do not let somebody else tell you how you feel. If you feel something is wrong, something is wrong. Go to the doctor. Go to an endocrinologist if you are facing anything hormonal, if you're facing anything with weight gain, periods, anything like that, anything just strange, you feel a little up, go to an endocrinologist. Trust me, they are the ones to see for women's health.
Oh, also, I did want to just give a little bit of a... You know what? That is... Okay, they couldn't do this to me because I was 15. But a very common way they check for endometriosis, I had to do the ultrasound because they couldn't do this. They stick a camera up your vagina.
Owie.
What?
Ow.
They want to stick a camera up me? That is great. That's one way they check. So, and if you're too young to consent to that, because I was 15, they'll do an ultrasound on a 15-year-old. But also, I wanted to read a little bit about the vegan diet and why it helps.
Yeah, that's interesting.
A vegan diet may help manage endometriosis by reducing inflammation and lowering estrogen levels, which can decrease pain and slow the growth of endometrial tissue.
Interesting.
Key strategies include eating high-fiber foods such as whole grains, legumes, vegetables, and fruits alongside antioxidant-rich, anti-inflammatory foods like nuts, seeds, and leafy greens, while limiting saturated fats.
That's very similar to, like, what they advise for PCOS in that area, too.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's not good to have, like, super fatty foods or, like, a lot of protein. Like, it's good to have protein, obviously, but, like, I know that there's, like, a high influx of people being, like, eating a lot of protein. It may not help you if you have endometriosis. It may make the pain spike. So,
yikes.
Lots of salads. But it's okay because sweet green rocks.
Dude.
Shout out Sweet Green.
You know what I saw the other day? This is totally, I just thought of this and I needed to say something because I think this is inhumane.
Oh.
So these detention centers that are holding people, they are denying people their medical help. I saw this woman who was detained in one of these illegal immigrant camps, but she said she's a type 1 diabetic and she gave this interview and she was talking about it and they would not give her mealtime insulin. That is literally killing her. Like that is you are causing like she would ask the guard, she would say I can't eat this. I can't eat. I need to take insulin. Well, I'm sorry, you have to go talk to medical. And then they would send her to medical and they would send her right back. She couldn't, like, no matter who she talked to, they would just say, "Oh, it's fine, whatever, just eat." Like, so she couldn't eat because she didn't have her insulin. And like I just like, and I'm seeing so many stories like this, like people are not getting their medical treatment. People are not like they're far worse. Exactly. I was going to say the sexual assault is insane. There are so many women that are pregnant from the sexual assault they faced in these detention centers. Oh my gosh. Don't even get me like imagine
like the idea of, I don't know, a lot of it is racial profiling.
Oh yeah.
A lot of, can you imagine? It's so terrible. I don't know how, I mean, we literally fought against the same ideas that these were based on in Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
They just redid Nazism.
Yeah.
They just redid Nazism.
Rebranded. Literally rebranded.
Like, hey guys, remember when we fought against the Nazis? What if we brought that back?
Yeah, why are we electing them? Hello? Anyways. This is gonna change. But I just wanted to say because I just thought that was really crazy. Yeah. And like another example of like people being denied.
Here's the thing. I'm actually not gonna say anything. Never mind. I'm gonna keep those thoughts to myself. There's a humane way of going about.
There's
everything.
Always a humane way.
There's a humane way of going about treating. You can treat people with respect.
Yes, and like human beings, not aliens. That makes.
I'm sorry. Did they come from Mars?
I'm sorry. Where did we come from? Do you know the history of this? Okay, if I start getting into this,
actually,
I start getting into this.
We are currently where we are sitting right now. Used to be Mexico.
We are
where we are sitting right now. Used to be Mexico.
Like this is not our land, baby. This is not our.
I am sitting in what used to be Mexico. What the fuck do you mean?
Like, and also a lot of San Diego used to belong to a Native American land.
We are sitting on Native and Mexican land.
The Kumeyaay. And I learned about this at UCSD because they always gave statements saying we are on Kumeyaay land, and they always acknowledge that. But like,
when I vote for in elections, they always go, "Yes, you're on Native land." I go, "Yes, I am. That's what I'm so sorry."
How are you going to sit and be like, "You can't come in"? Baby, if somebody said that to your grandma, you wouldn't be here. What do you mean? Like, you're sitting over here like you came from Sweden, my guy. You came from England. Like, there's a reason you're getting sunburned, baby. There's a reason that you're getting a sunburn on this beach right now. Surprise! You don't get a sunburn over there in England, do you? You don't get a sunburn over there in Ireland, do you? No. You know why? Because the skin that's meant to be here is bronze, has some melanin in it, is actually not this. This is not the normal skin type. I'm pointing at my white ass arm right now. Same. This is not the intended skin type for this land of California, of SoCal.
I am pretty tan right now, but I'm
why? So why are we denying people? How are we telling people they can't come in, girl?
The idea of us sitting currently on Native and Mexican land, and they're getting racially profiled.
Oh my god. This country is a mess. Anyways, tangent.
Well, thanks for coming to our
anyways,
episode.
Anything else we need to say about health, women's health?
I don't know. Listen to women.
Advocate
for yourself.
Yes.
Unfortunately, if you are of darker skin tone, you are gonna have to advocate a little more. Harder. Like,
which is insane.
It's insane. It's insane that that's what we have to do, and you know.
But you have to do it.
You have to
take care of yourself.
Because if you don't advocate for yourself, girl, I could have cancer right now.
I could be literally dead.
Yeah,
2 times that if I hadn't advocated for myself,
I would be dead twice.
I could be dead twice. Yeah. No, but seriously.
Yeah.
2 times that I, like...
It's just a little silly phrasing.
I know.
I could be dead twice.
I could be dead twice.
Yeah.
Double dead. Yeah. It's crazy.
If you do not advocate yourself, you can die. You could have cancer. Advocate for yourself. Listen to your body.
And also, like, just go and get tested. Get blood work done. I know it sucks, but, like...
It's awful.
If I hadn't had that blood work done that morning, you know what would have happened? I wouldn't have seen those crazy levels. I wouldn't have pricked my finger. And I might have died that weekend because my body was already in DKA. Literally
I would be
eating
so
itself.
Fucking pissed if I had to go to my friend's funeral because medical malpractice. Oh my god!
Like, I'm so lucky that I tested that day. Like, had I not,
I would have been also sad, but my first emotion is usually anger. So I want to say that I would also have been really sad at Lindsay's funeral, but I would have also been angry.
Yeah,
because I would have been mad that no one caught it sooner.
Real. Yeah, it's just advocate for yourself, women. Like, everybody advocate for yourself, but, like, especially women. Like, if somebody's not believing you, go talk to somebody else. Like, if somebody's telling you to just go work out more and eat better and eat less, then no. Go see somebody else. I saw so many doctors before I found the one that actually knew what he was talking about in my situation. It's not a one-size-fits-all. Yeah. Try different doctors out.
I still bounce around for doctors because they go, oh, what if we put you on this different birth control? I go, okay, well, I tried it for a month and I got a lot of shooting. I was trying a different one before. I had this. I'm on Estrella. Whoa, Estrella.
Oh, I was on that one for a while.
Oh my gosh, fun. I was on it and then they switched me to Trilomilli.
Okay.
And they were like,
is it the same, like, balance of hormones?
I don't know what.
Because a lot of that, they'll change, like, the brand sometimes, but it's, like, the same formula.
What was happening was I was getting a lot of pains.
So it was different. Okay.
So I feel as though it was different.
Yeah, that sounds like they changed up your...
I feel like they tried to tell me it was the same.
See, that happens. That's the thing. They'll say it and it's formulated
It wasn't.
Differently.
I was getting a lot of pain, and then I went. Oh, also, this pissed me off. I know we're so over.
It's okay. It's okay. This one's important.
But I went to. I had to get a refill for my birth control prescription, and realistically, it could have been a phone call. It could have been an email. No, I had to go in because they always want to stick some shit up your vagina.
Real.
They want you to go spread eagle and stick something up there.
Oh my god.
I don't want you.
Don't even get me started on that.
I don't. Listen. If there's something wrong, I will come to you. That's what I did to have you diagnose me. Is I brought you the information. They were like, oh, and we can do. What's it called? Pap smear? Not pap smear.
Yeah, pap smear.
It's something else, I think, too. Whatever. I'm a little bit tired. I've been up for so long. I was up till 3 a.m. and then I got up at 7. I've been busy. I've been working a lot. But I had to go to the doctor, and they, like, 2 different nurses, and the doctor kept trying to convince me to get it done. And I was like, all I came in here for was to tell you to not put me on the Trilomilli. I need the Estrella. Please reinstate that. And then they reinstated the Trilomilli. And when I had to go pick it up from the pharmacy, I was also running late to something. I was running late to a train, so it's not something that I could miss. They didn't give me the Estrella, and I'm so annoyed by it. Listen to me. I know what is happening. Like, I know that when I was on the Trilomilli, I was getting a lot of pain all the time. Like, it's not fun.
Yeah.
Also, wait, I am gonna really quickly. I am gonna give you guys endometriosis symptoms so you know what to look for. Endometriosis symptoms include chronic or severe pelvic pain, especially during menstruation, along with heavy, irregular periods, pain during or after sex, and infertility. Other common symptoms include intense cramping, lower back pain, painful bowel movements or urination, fatigue, and gastrointestinal issues like diarrhea or bloating. I get the bloating really bad. But those are things to look out for. Because
should I do PCOS?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, PCOS, it's hard because, like I said, there's literally so many things. It's
like
anything with your no, seriously affects
like
everything.
Literally everything.
Your
but
hormones.
Breathing.
Yeah, did you see that video too? But like some things, I'll just think of like things that I've heard everybody and myself just like. And I'm not saying that I have all these. These are just general, like, but some of them I did have.
Same. I don't have all of the endometriosis ones, but I do have the bloating. I have painful pelvic pain, back pain.
Ugh. So there's like people get like thick or dark hairs because that with like testosterone on like your face or something or like anywhere. I had like these really thick curly hairs coming down my head. People have like acne worsens, mental health issues, so anxiety, depression, all that, mood swings, brain fog, chronic fatigue. Unexplained weight gain is a big one. The irregular periods, like missed periods, extra heavy periods, extra pain. Oh, what else? I'm thinking like
brain fog.
Yeah, I think I said that one. There's literally like there's so many. The cysts. Yeah, cysts on your ovaries. There's insulin resistance. There are so many different symptoms, and I just like anything that if you feel wrong, like I felt it, like I felt wrong in my body. I knew I was like something. This is not functioning correctly.
Yeah, same. Because I was like, I had already had my period before. I had gotten endometriosis, and then I would not be even on my period, and I would be feeling this pain. So it's like I knew there was something wrong because it's not like how I felt when I was younger.
Yeah,
and also, going through puberty and having menstruation. So, listen to your body. We love you. Take care of yourselves. Advocate for yourselves.
Test your blood sugar.
Advocate as hard as you need to. Be annoying about it.
Yeah.
Be annoying about it.
Be annoying.
Be really fucking annoying. You would rather have everyone be calling you a bitch
than dead.
And be right. You'd rather be right and be a bitch than be dead.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
be
also,
right.
Like,
be a
stern.
bitch.
Just be be stern. Like make them take you seriously.
Be a Karen.
Right. But like you want them to respect you and take you seriously. So be firm with them.
Yes.
Say no, actually, no, I'm not gonna wait for you to just, I don't know, we'll see. Like actually I want an answer right now. Actually, I need you to set this up right now. I need a blood test for this. Actually, you're telling me that my testosterone's normal, but sorry, I actually know that that's not the case with PCOS. So I would like for somebody else to assess me who knows how to see some just tell them. Like I don't feel right. I need medication.
Research,
I need something.
Here's the thing also. Is they're not going to tell you what you need to do. They're not going to be like, oh, you need to go test your blood sugar. They're not going to tell you, oh, you need to get an ultrasound. You have to bring this up.
Yeah.
Had I not brought up endometriosis, they wouldn't have even known that because I was too young to have it.
Crazy.
So make sure unfortunately, you do have to know what you're going to need to test. Because, they're not going to tell you.
Yeah.
They're not going to tell you.
But if you don't, and if you can't figure it out, just try different types of doctors. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
Like, different types of doctors and specialists who, specialize in women's health if you're a woman out there. Like, if you're dealing with a hormonal thing. Like,
or a trans woman.
Yeah.
Or trans man. Because
all the above.
Different areas affect different
Everybody's
people.
different. Exactly. And that's why it's not like a one-size-fits-all with this medical research. And they're using one size, and that's a man.
One size is a man.
Literally it. But it's just, it's just really crazy. Did you know? Sorry, this is crazy. I just learned this. Did you know that toothpaste is formulated for men's pH in their gums, and we apparently have a different pH, and that's why women's oral health is suffers far more than men's. It's not because we aren't brushing, it's because toothpaste is formulated for men.
If anyone wants to send us some women's
toothpaste
recommendations, please do. I love brushing my teeth.
Yeah.
I brushed it right before this.
I am 3 times more likely to develop gum disease because of my type 1 diabetes.
Awesome.
I know. I just found that out. I have to go to the dentist. Yay. I'm scared. I know. Yeah.
I love my dentist.
My dentist is cool. I just don't like the dentist.
I've been going to my dentist since I was 3. I can't feel it when he shoots me with a needle. It's awesome.
Wow.
I literally... Because when I was a kid, I went to a child dentist, and they told my parents that I had 13 cavities. I had 11 teeth. They didn't even bother to count how many teeth I had before they lied
Do they have,
to tell my parents.
Like different cavities in one
I don't know. Maybe. But they told my parents I had 13 cavities and I had 11 teeth, and so my parents took me to their dentist, and I didn't have any cavities.
What?
And then they were like, "Come back in 6 months. We'll make
sure.
Didn't have any cavities.
Oh,
and so I've been going to him ever since. He's awesome. He's an Encinitas.
Period. No, I really need to make a dentist appointment.
Yeah.
In a couple years.
The only reason I ever knew he was putting a numbing needle in my mouth is because I opened my eyes and I saw it.
That's crazy because I've had that done and I've felt that every time.
I've literally never felt it.
That's like my least favorite shot in the world.
And then after I saw it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep my eyes closed the entire time, every single time I'm at the dentist, and I've never felt it.
Oh my gosh.
It's awesome.
Wow.
You should go to my dentist.
Yeah.
You should go to my dentist.
I know, and I love my dentist is cool, and I've actually been a newer one, like an adult dentist, obviously in the last few years, and he's really cool. He was like playing my music at the dentist's office. I was like, oh.
If my dentist retires, I have to die. I can't.
You're like, I'll simply get veneers.
I'll get dentures, girl. I can't. If my dentist retires, I have to not go to the dentist anymore.
I really hope that's still filming. We're really just like
okay.
Hoping.
Well.
Yeah, I guess we should probably wrap it up. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much for listening. Go to the doctor.
Go to the doctor. Love you. Bye.